All right, it is time for us to watch this gameplay trailer. I am ready to see what EA has in store for us and what type of competition and different aspects of golf that they can bring us apart from 2K. I'm excited for them to go head to head. Like that's what we want. That's what we need as gamer golf nerds. So let's start this up. Let's see what we got. I mean, first shot looks good.
The goal for gameplay in EA Sports PGA Tour is to provide all the tools
this all looks great
to realistically attack every hole on every course the same way the pros do. To achieve this, we're introducing Pure Strike, accompanied by a set of 20 shot types.
20 shot types. Okay. That's a lot.
By official
I'm here for that.
Data, Pure Strike
yeah, this is what I'm most interested in with TrackMan data and everything.
Fluid swing mechanics, innovative ball behavior, and
that looks
great. Course dynamics.
Texas wedge.
Every golf shot starts with a swing, and no two golf swings are alike.
Yeah, that looks good.
We captured stances for every pro golfer in the game. Then we mapped their attributes to a variety
swings look pretty good
from ShotLink and TrackMan data.
Definitely a lot, really slow, but see the thing is, like I say that it's slow, but I don't know what you're supposed to do because it's still a golf game. So like you have to match, you know, like your actual swing, like on the stick, and it looks like it is. I mean, just like 2K. I mean, more than likely it's similar. Oh yeah, so we got underswing, slow. So the underswing and stuff, that kind of reminds me of like the old Tiger games or Rory games. I like this though. Gives you an actual trajectory.
Once you address the ball, you'll
oh, hang on.
Jordan Spieth's Scheffler's drives flying off the tee at the same trajectory as Jordan Spieth's, for example.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so each golfer has their own like set trajectories and distances and stuff like that based on the TrackMan data. That's actually pretty freaking neat.
The ball, you'll see a swing meter that will serve as a gauge for your backswing.
Oh, so you're kind of, I like this. So you're sitting there and like kind of just like looking downrange, and then once you actually select where you approach the ball
using the left or right analog stick depending on your preference.
The course looks immaculate, which I mean, we were all expecting, right? But the course looks absolutely immaculate.
We designed it so you can focus on the anime.
I mean, I would say this is pretty similar to just like 2K, just in a way of like, it has pretty similar UI for what you're doing. Approach, 4-iron, okay, high draw. So it actually lists it out for you. I like that they have the player cards and everything. That's really cool.
In order to execute the swing. The length of your backswing and the speed of your follow through both.
Yeah, it's so slow. But again, it's a game, so
the length of your backswing and the speed of your follow through.
Hold up. Okay, so the power that you're putting on it is marked on the swing plane. This is a pretty good swing plane too. This looks good. But the power is marked as where you need to get the club to.
And the speed of your follow through both factor into the power and accuracy.
I have to see this game like actually on my PC because the course looks pretty good. The crowd looks okay. The player model is all right, I guess.
And accuracy.
I guess not as I expected from like a next gen, but the course looks fucking spectacular.
The swing mechanic is highly accurate to your controller input.
Oh, wow! You can choose which stick you want to swing with for both swing and putting. Gameplay style, swing difficulty, hard, swing meter, power boost. Okay, so they have a lot of the actual like difficulty options, kind of like 2K has, where you can make the game however you want. That is good. I'm glad that they do something like that. That's good.
So you can focus more on the actual strategy of each shot.
I mean, come on. That looks really good.
so you can focus more on the actual strategy of each shot.
Dude, that looks really good. The way the ball is reacting to the actual course, that looks really good.
So you can focus more on the actual strategy of each shot. There are 20
that looks good.
shot types at your disposal in EA Sports PGA Tour. Each shot type produces different ball behavior. Each is used in different situations.
Oh, what a beautiful shot. See, this looks real good. This looks really, 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 really good. I love the look of this. I mean, this whole scene looks good.
And each utilizes
oh, a little long flop?
Types.
Wait, how far did that long flop go? Not that far. That's good. That's good.
And each utilizes different club types. With plenty of ways to modify shot types.
Did I just say hack? The hack shot. So you're hacking it out of the deep stuff. 82 to 90% for the rough. Okay.
With plenty of ways to modify shot types.
Looks really good.
1,300.
Is that a chip?
To modify shot types, there are over 1,300 shot variations in the game.
1,300, that's good.
Shot types like punch,
nice.
And blast,
pitch.
You'll use frequently throughout your rounds.
A blast shot, so probably coming out of the bunker to roll it.
Others like stinger, high flop, hack, and Texas wedge, to name a few.
I love the Texas wedge.
More strategic.
See, that looked really good. The actual
wedge, to name a few,
putting out of fairway.
Ways. So it's important to choose the right.
Man, I don't know. I think I need to see. I think I need to see the game on my PC because there's always compression involved. The course itself looks absolutely immaculate. The crowds don't look the greatest, and neither do the player models. But I guess that's all. That's always something. I mean, it's better than 2K. Again, this is a next gen game, so it's really easy to get the good graphics because it's next gen only. There's no old gen whatsoever.
Important to choose the right tool for the job.
This looks good though. The gameplay.
Ball behavior has been redesigned from the ground up. New technology allows every bounce and roll to behave more accurately across a greater variety of terrain and course conditions.
Okay. Oh my. Did that ball just... Dude, watch this ball. I think it hit where the rough meets the chips. It did. Oh, that's pretty cool. What the heck?
Receive on-screen feedback about various aspects of the ball's flight milestones. Once your shot lands,
that was cool.
New ball behavior enables more realistic interactions between the ball and the ground, like you'd see on a real golf course. You'll see the golf ball bounce, dribble, and roll as it travels across different terrains and cuts of grass. Naturally, a fairway will cause more dribbling than a green surface. And as part of the new course dynamics, you'll notice that a course like Augusta National has smoother fairways than other courses.
Yeah.
When you're putting, the goal is to
that looked really, really good.
Perfect point, which dynamically updates as you adjust your aim on the green. Under and overswings are possible when you're putting. And
okay, so you just putt to the meter.
Line up your putt, adjust for elevation, and sink it.
So more, power boost, spin control. Okay, so all that stuff's back in. The aiming arc, you can actually choose short or long. Okay, putt aiming point at cup. Okay.
To help new golfers with putting, we've added an assistant aim option that you can toggle on or off.
Kind of standard.
Finally, we're bringing back some gameplay mechanics from previous titles like Power Boost.
That all looks really good. Yeah, so this is old arcade stuff.
So you can hit a perfectly timed drive, button mash to adjust spin, and feel the suspense of a great shot inching towards the cup in slow motion. We set out to build the premier golf gameplay experience, and with the introduction of Pure Strike and other great gameplay features, we're just getting started. Okay. That was all really, really good. I mean, I think that the shot types, the swing mechanics, like all that stuff looks really good. The gameplay looks really good. The way the ball reacts to the actual course is really good too. And it is, so the good thing about no course designer. I'll just tell you that right now. There's no course designer whatsoever. But the good thing about having like a set courses
for the gameplay that you are creating is you can create gameplay specifically for that course, where you can go out and get the TrackMan data for that course. How does it react in the rough? How does it react in the fairway? How do they react on greens with the balls and different shot types? You can get all of that to essentially make the course play almost exactly how it would in real life. That's the good thing about having, only the courses that are created within the game and the TrackMan data available to it, because you can make the course play like the course actually plays. Instead of having, a course designer where you can make all of these courses, which, would be extremely difficult to probably do to make it to play exactly how you could. Now, you could do it with sliders and rough and greens, probably. You could probably do something similar to that. But it is good to have that. The only thing I'll say is, like, the chips, the approaches, the flop shots, like, all of those, they looked like kind of like the same swing. Where you would be, like, setting up quite differently for certain shots. But overall, this looks really good. I think the course looks really good. The player models here for the crowd, this looks a lot better. I think it might have just been the angle or something that looking at. Like, these look really good. Gameplay, though, like, this looks really, 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 really good. You're just kind of like standing here awkwardly looking at it, but I kind of like that. Damn. I mean, that's a pretty big crowd. We like that. I like that there's a lot of just options for difficulty too. That's really good. Yeah, overall, that gameplay trailer was pretty good. Just focused on the gameplay, which I can always respect. So we have a little bit of additional information as well. So here's all of the swing types that they have. So there are 20 of them. That is a lot. So you have 3 different driving shot types. You have the drive, which is your standard, a power drive, so a more powerful full swing when the golfer wants to get more distance. Comes with a slightly larger shot dispersion. So more power, harder to hit it, and you can mess it up a little bit more. And they also have the stinger, which is awesome. I love the stinger shot. I'm glad that they have it as an actual shot type. That is phenomenal, because it's something you can't quite recreate on 2K, so having that in there is really, really cool. Approach shot types, you have your standard approach, power approach, punch shot, of course. A knockdown, a full swing shot that gets the ball to fly lower than a normal approach, but high enough to still land soft and stop. You have a finesse shot, shorter, more versatile shot that can go wider variety of distance than the approach. Mainly used when you're at a distance that is between clubs on your normal approach. That is pretty cool. So you can choose, instead of, more than likely, I'm going to guess, instead of like partial swinging, you'll choose a finesse shot that will probably make it so that you can actually get in between your clubs, kind of like you would in golf. Then you have a hack, powerful full swing that is only used from the first cut, second cut, or heavy rough, but it is penalizing, which makes sense. Short game shot types. This is really cool, all these shot types. You have a pitch shot, so your standard, a runner, so a lower fly half swing shot that can be used anywhere around the green. Yep, so you can run it except for bunkers. That is good that they have already thought of that. That is good. A spinner, half swing shot with more speed. This speed helps generate more spin on the ball. Yeah. Flop shot, good. Long shot, long flop, version of the flop that goes greater distance, but has larger shot dispersion. I'm curious to know how long that is. Your high flop shots, which are used to just pop it straight up in the air and land it. Usually when you're kind of like at a waist area, sometimes you use this, or if you were kind of like it's a short side pin and you need it to get up and stop, that's kind of what you would do there, the high flop. Okay, the blast. Is this to make it run? A shot specifically used out of bunker, swing it, hits the sand behind the ball to loft it up out of the bunker and onto the green. And a pick, an alternative shot out of bunker. This is a cleaner strike that hits less sand and more of the ball, allowing for more spin, less rollout. Okay, so blast shot's kind of your standard splash where it kind of rolls out, and then a pick is where you try to get a little bit more spin on that shot type. Curious to see heights and like how those come off the club. Then you have your putt, your chip, kind of standard, and then a Texas wedge, which is great. A stroke with the putter that instantly gets the balls rolling, but can be used when not on the green or fringe. Judging the distance when it can be tricky, but the shot is extremely effective once it is mastered, especially on your link style courses. You're going to be using that a lot. Okay, shot type tiers. Whether you're using an approach or putting shot type, Your shot types all have a tier level bronze, silver, gold, which represents how well your golfer can pull off that shot type. Gold shot types always perform at the skill level of your golfer, while bronze and silver perform below the skill level of your golfer. Okay, so this is going to be coming into the more in-depth like skills and attributes for your golfer. So if you're gold in something, that means whatever your skill level is what you'll get. And then bronze and silver, you're actually play below. For example, if your golfer's short game is accuracy is 7, a gold short game shot type will get the full impact of that 7, but a bronze or silver will be less than 7, okay? Regardless of what golfer you're playing with, every golfer has a few core shot types that are always gold. Drive, approach, punch, pitch, flop, blast, chip, and putt. Okay, that's good. So those things are always gold. They'll always play, and it's your standard shot types. Your drive, your approaches, your punch, pitch, flop, blast, splash, chip, and a putt. That's cool. Especially shot types are locked as bronze and can be upgraded to silver or gold. Okay. This is the shot grading and shot shaping that we saw where they were adding in draw, fade, high draw, low draw, things of that nature. And that's shot types. I mean, that's extensive. That is very extensive and very, 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 very cool. I can't wait to see it like actually like played out, because we just saw like examples of it, but like actually on the course playing out. So some other, I mean, interesting stuff. So ball behavior and course dynamics bring real life experiences. This is interesting. So thanks to the Frostbite engine. Thank you, Frostbite engine. I appreciate you. Brings you stunning quality. They have 30 courses at launch, which is a lot more than I was expecting. A lot of same courses kind of float between 2K and EA, so it'll be interesting to do some side-by-side comparisons for those. I mean, EA's is more than likely going to look better. Again, next-gen only. But there's some other stuff that was in here. So your ball is tracked by in-game measuring power, swing, apex, and carry. So we saw that here, and they also gave you your flight path, which was pretty cool here. I actually like this, where it shows what your apex was. I'm curious to see how they implement all this stuff into, like, the presentation. So, like, when you're actually, like, playing around in a tournament, in career mode, like, how they factor all this stuff in, because I think that they could do that pretty cool. I mean, honestly, I think the presentation has the possibility to be extremely cool. You know, kind of like where if you're watching a tournament and you see a drive, like if they run a replay or something, and you see, like, the actual, like, trackman of it and the apex and everything, I think that'd be kind of cool to implement into your presentation. But there's other things. So there are a variety of factors that impact bounce and roll after you take your swing, different terrains, firmness of the ground, speed of the ball roll, the ball spin. So these are all things that are just kind of, you know, normal for how the course plays. But this is neat. It's not just the bounce and roll of the balls that's unique. Each course also has its own flight physics based on elevation, wind, and other factors. So if you're playing at one of the higher elevation in-game courses like Banff Springs and the Rockies, the ball will fly farther than when you're playing at a low elevation course like Pebble Beach. That's pretty cool. That's actually really, really, really cool. So depending on where you're playing, elevation, things of that nature will actually affect like how the ball reacts. I'm going to guess probably weather as well, depending on the weather. Like if it's raining or something, that's all gonna factor in. No two courses are identical, so shots in every course will behave differently based on the speed and firmness of the fairway, fringe, and green, as well as the firmness and length of the first cut and second cut. That's good. On every golf course in the game, you can set speed and firmness of the terrain either slow, average, fast, or tournament. Other courses will have terrain where you'll be able to control length and firmness with three options. So that's really cool too. You can actually set for each course how you want it to play. You can set the rough length, first cut length, the green firmness, all that stuff, which you kind of have in 2K as well, except for the rough. That's pretty neat. So here's all the options too. So tee location, hole location, you can choose which day, which is good. Fairway firmness, speed, firmness of the fringe, and speed of the fringe. That's pretty cool. And then green, first cut, and second cut. So firmness and length is going to probably whether your ball like hit, kind of like a fescue, you know, it hits and just dies in there kind of thing, which is really cool that you have all of these options to set for each tournament, for each round that you play within the game. That's pretty neat. They use LiDAR data, which makes sense. ShotLink is what they're using with TrackMan, so that's pretty cool. There's all the swing types that we saw. Take the swing mechanic, for example. When you swing your stick, 3 components will impact the resulting shot. So this is just like your swing stick. It's kind of standard in golf. No mention of 3-click, which I know some people don't really care about 3-click, but there's a big community of people who can only play on 3-click or enjoy 3-click more. So it is kind of weird that it's not included, especially since it's been in the older Tiger games. So this is the skills. There are 4 key skills that impact your golfer: power, accuracy, control, and recovery. All right, power, how far you can hit it; accuracy, how good and easy you can hit it to where you want it; control impacts the shape and spin, so that's your shot shaping, your control; and then recovery is how negatively your shot is impacted when not on the tee. So if you're in the first cut, second cut, sand trap, stuff like that. A higher recovery attribute provides more natural spin to help stop the ball quicker, which is good. That's pretty cool. Here they actually break down their difficulties. So they have Arcade, Pro, Tour, and Simulation. So Arcade gives you all the stuff. You have all of your Pro as well. So there's wind gusts. I like that. That's pretty good. So wind reading, so full. Okay, elevation's full. I don't know what elevation direction only. Oh, it just tells you it's uphill, not how much uphill it is. Okay. They have auto tap-ins and mulligans. Okay. Hey, I like that. You know, if it's in a certain like distance, like a foot, you don't have to go up and hit it. You can just have it turned on to auto tap it in. I like that. I wonder if they give you a nice little like cutscene animation or something showing it to you. Probably. But no power boost, no spin control. This is tour settings. I'm going to guess that this is probably what's going to be the online, is tour settings. And then simulation if you want it. And you could probably turn these on, off, like however you would like as well. They show that they had like full control, so there's probably like a custom difficulty that you can do as well. But that's all really, really good. Some other notes just from other videos that I have watched since I started watching this and recording it and everything. They do have a competitive ranked. Don't know what it looks like, but they do have a competitive ranked 9 and 18 holes. They have unranked. I don't know if it's going to be a lobby system. I'm going to guess that it probably will be, since that has kind of been in the past. I saw that there's no crossplay. Well, I haven't seen that crossplay is anywhere. I feel like that would probably be something that they would talk about. So I'm guessing that it's just going to be platform specific for whether there is matches to play. But they will have also tournaments, kind of akin to the old Rory games and Tiger games as well, where there will be probably daily, weekly tournaments, but there will be tournaments. There's going to be challenges too. So if you, like, let's say something happens on the PGA Tour, like, I don't know, somebody hits like an immaculate eagle and they walk it off kind of thing, then that will be a challenge that you can then do in the game. Or if there's a certain shot type that happens, something really interesting that happens, there will be challenges that go throughout the PGA Tour, which is all really good. We don't know monetization yet and how the monetization will work. The golf coins, from what people have gathered by seeing it, looks like it's just used to buy gear. There hasn't been any like packs or anything to rip open, which is great. I hope that stays that way. I hope it's not just like one of those things like you load the game up and you're like, by the way, there's packs. You know, hopefully it's not that. The information that we have on the PGA career sounds pretty good. You can actually start as an amateur, work your way up through the amateur field, play in the Korn Ferry, you know, all that good stuff. But you can also get like invited into majors, things like that. You can actually qualify for them as you're playing through your amateur career, which is really awesome that they have that. Also, an Apex video. Again, I'll link some videos that I watched down below if you guys want to check them out. I highly suggest you do. It was just part of the people who were part of a preview event, and they got to kind of see the game a little bit more. But like Apex said that there is some like post-launch content scheduled, like the Ryder Cup, which is awesome. I am glad that the Ryder Cup can eventually get into a golf game. It is one of the biggest events in golf, so actually having it in a golf game will be awesome to see. So that is post-launch content that they have scheduled. No idea about courses, whether new courses are coming, if they're going to cost money. I'm going to guess that they will, but you never know. They might provide it for free, which would be really cool. Especially, you know, if they have created a monetization model where coins can be bought, hopefully that is something that maybe they can offer for free when new courses come out. For the career too, as your character progresses, is you can actually unlock like these skill points that can then unlock different shot types. Avex, when I was watching the video, he was like, I don't know if it's going to be tied to monetization. That would be pretty silly if it was, but it sounds like it's just you play the game to get your golfer better. Coins are used to then buy gear, stuff like that. I don't know if the gear is going to have some attributes tied to it as well. Maybe it does, can do like WGT type of things. We'll have to wait and see. But from the sound of it, it just kind of sounds like you play the game to get better. Hopefully, I am truly hoping that you can't just like buy coins to then just max out your character, because then that becomes very pay to win-ish. So hopefully they stay away from that kind of stuff. We'll just have to wait and see once we get more information. I'm sure they're going to have like in-depth like career mode and online stuff. I'm sure they're going to have things like that leading up to launch, which is March 24th. And you can get 3 days early access as well. So that's kind of standard. If you buy like a more expensive edition, you can get 3-day early access too. But that's kind of all we know right now. I'm sure more information is going to come to light as we get closer to launch. Anything that comes out, I will be sure to get it out to you all as soon as I know it. This is great. We have 2 golf games that we can actually play. I absolutely love it. Give me more. I think that each game is going to, have their different thing. 2K, I think they need to start going heavy in the designer. Like that's kind of like because that is what sets them apart. Is like a course designer, all of the different courses you can play. That's definitely what sets them apart from everything else. I still think the gameplay is really good from 2K. We'll see how EA PGA Tour plays. It looks, from the onset, really good. Gameplay looks really good. But of course, it all comes down to get me on the course and actually playing the game, because I want to see how it feels. All the shot types, everything of that nature is really good. I think it looks really good. It'll definitely look better when it's not compressed on a YouTube video. I'm excited to see what the future holds for golf games. And if that's something you're excited for as well, you want to stay up to date with everything 2K, with everything EA PGA Tour, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video if this is something that you enjoyed. Comment down below what you thought of the trailer, what you think of all of the gameplay and stuff that they showed today. Let me know what you think. I'm curious to see, where the community lies with how EA PGA Tour came out the gate. Thank you for joining me, though. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you on the next one.